Soph in the AM. Whitechapel AM.
On the line, we have Charley Speed.
Hello, Charley.
Good morning.
Oh, good morning, Charley. How are you?
I'm very thank you. Surprisingly well for a Saturday morning.
Ah, brilliant.
That's good. So, for any listeners out there that might not have heard of you, because we do go across the ages, right down from tiny little ones up to anyone
Britain's
really.
Next Top Model fans.
Yes, exactly.
Britain and Ireland Next Top Model.
Britain and Ireland's Next Top Model band. No, I am a judge on Britain and Ireland's Next Top Model and have been for the past 2 years. So if anyone hasn't heard of that, that's what I am and that's what I do.
And so you're on there with Elle the Body MacPherson.
Elle MacPherson, Julian McDonald, stylist, designer extraordinaire, and Grace Woodward.
Wow, love Grace Woodward.
Oh, I
love her
love her
funky
too.
specs.
Oh, bonkers lady.
She's gorgeous. She's absolutely gorgeous. She's fab on the show. And both you and Grace are relatively new additions, aren't you? You've been there for two years now.
Yeah. I mean, I think 2 years really is sort of the longest any sort of judges have done. So it's been great. It's been really, really good fun, and very, very grateful for the opportunity to do it.
It looks like good fun.
Yeah, do you get up to lots of mischief behind the scenes? I always imagine you and Julian running amok.
Well,
in frocks.
Julian's worse than me, put it that way. But we are quite naughty backstage.
Now you had...
It has to be said that but you saw a little bit more of us this year. They did show a bit more of us backstage, and you can see we're a little mischievous. And but we have fun with it. We don't take anything too seriously.
Do you think that the girls have fun, or do you think it's a really serious competition that is quite grueling for them? We had Joni Dodds, who was a finalist from America's Next Top Model. She was on quite recently, and she said the girls didn't know where they were supposed to be, what they were supposed to do, so everything was a massive surprise, and it was actually quite an experience. I
think it's both, and I think that sums it up really well. I think it's incredibly exciting. But the apprehension the girls go through sometimes, they have no idea what they're doing to the very last minute. And of course, the pressure and stress, it's competition.
Yeah.
And the industry that some of them will be going into is incredibly tough and competitive. And if we didn't make it difficult for the girls, it wouldn't be fair. But at the same time, they have amazing experiences. They get to do some of the best shoots. They get to travel to some amazing locations. And of course, the guests that they work with are second to none. So, I think they do leave it, even if they don't make it through to the final. They leave it having had an amazing experience.
Absolutely. You surpassed your celebrity lot this year, didn't you? You had loads of cool celebrities, including Miss J. Alexander.
Yeah, we did.
Wow.
Exactly. We had the one and only Miss J. He was fab.
Yeah.
He was lovely and very, very funny. He's very, very funny to work with. He says it like it is.
Yeah, well, I think he says it on camera as well, like it is. In the studio today, we've got Ben, who is a star of Tracy Beaker, among other TV shows, and we've asked him any advice for our young listeners that he could give on acting. And what would yours be in the modelling industry? Because you've had yourself an excellent modelling career and obviously moved into this now. But if there are any young people on the wards who really thought that modelling was for them, what piece of advice would you give them?
Well, do you know what? First and foremost, I think you've got to be honest with yourself. It's all very well, let's say friends and family saying, oh, you're tall, you could be a model. You've got to be straight up with yourself. I think the best thing you can do is be really confident and be really positive. It's not about being surly and too cool for school, You need to go in there with
it's not for me then.
No, it's not for you, evidently. I've seen your profile picture.
Charley.
But it really is. It's about being a bit of a ray of sunshine, and it's about being creative. It's actually personality has always been important in modelling. It really has. A lot more than people realise, but it's even more so now because the market's saturated. And what's going to make you stand out in a casting full of very tall, very interesting looking people? Yeah. You want to be creative. You're going to be chucked on shoots and editorial shoots where you're going to have to make the shoot work, and you're going to have to think about how can I make this interesting, and how can I sell this, and how do I interpret it? So I say very positive, very confident, not arrogant, big difference.
Yeah.
And because people warm to that.
And do you think that programs like America's Next Top Model, Britain's Next Top Model, and all the other Next Top Model franchise, do you think they really kind of work hard at quashing that rumour that all models are stick thin and tall as the roof?
I hope so. This year we tried to do that, especially with a lot of the advice we gave to them. And I think the auditions went on for a little bit too long. But you even saw in those that we wanted a bit more than that.
Yeah.
You needed a little bit more than just being very tall. And But my personal opinion is I've wanted to see a wider range of shapes on the runway for years. It's not my thing.
What about a 5'4" blonde, size 14?
I'm all for it.
Excellent.
From a personal opinion, I'm all over it. And until designers, right? Until designers decide they want different shapes. The trouble is, an androgynous, very straight, a minimalist shape, then their clothes hang how their clothes hang, and then they show them off to that. Then that's the truth of it. And you know, for all you young budding people out there, curvaceous is sexy and beautiful, and that's what it's really about.
Sure.
Honestly,
now, dish the dirt on your models' friends. Have you got any bit of gossip that you can tell us about? Oh, I don't know, Kate Moss, Elle MacPherson. Any of them. We love a bit of celebrity gossip on this show.
But you know what? I know, because look, Elle MacPherson, right?
She's gorgeous, isn't she?
I mean, you're gorgeous, amazing, still looking stunning. She's just she's lovely. There's just no gossip on her.
Had you met her before the show?
She is, huh?
Had you met her before the show?
I'd never worked with her, no. We're different generations, of course, we know of her, and she was a different kind of model in her day.
Yeah.
She really was the body, and she was very much, you know, swimwear and those
Friends
covers.
and
It's super healthy and super vivacious. And it was a real pleasure working with her because she's, you know, she is very much who she is. She has an aura. She has her PAs and her assistants, and you know, she has her entourage. But at the same time, she's very accessible.
Sure.
She's very open.
I mean, she's a very successful businesswoman as well. And I mean, in that respect, she's a good role model. Very healthy.
Very.
Works very hard.
Yeah, absolutely. She eats properly. She exercises. This is another thing, actually, as well. What people need to understand is, you know, at my peak when I was in late 90s and all the shows I was doing with these girls, when you should have seen me, I couldn't put weight on. A lot of us are very, very tall
how
and very
terrible
skinny.
for you.
Well, no, but I'm making
I say as I'm eating a box of Celebrations.
I'm making a serious point here.
Yeah,
sorry. We have genuine, you know, but I want people to know that it isn't about not eating. A lot of us just were very naturally very skinny. Yeah. We ate what we wanted, but the best way to do it is just to eat well, eat healthily, exercise.
Sure.
That's all you have to do. You do not starve yourself, and you do not continue to diet. Just eat well.
Brilliant
That's
advice
the only
there.
secret, honestly.
We've had brilliant advice.
We have. Now, Naomi Campbell. She's daft as a brush, isn't she?
Always quite fond of Naomi.
Oh,
she always used to wink at me when we did shows.
Did she? She's gorgeous. She's got such. We won't go into it, but she's got a bit of.
Are you being
temper.
very pleasant about her because you're scared of her?
Absolutely not. Get away with murder if she was fond of you. I was in the fond club.
Oh, good. Now, I'm sure you'll be pleased to know, Charlie, that in my hometown of Hereford, I went there and I went into New Look, and there's a lovely big picture of you in New Look.
I cannot believe they're still using it. It's outrageous.
I know, it's Hereford though, unfortunately. But you're staring at me as I'm standing in the queue with me costume jewellery. There you are, beaming down at me, approving all the while. Now, Christmas. What are you doing for Christmas this year?
We're having low key. We're having a quiet family thing, and you're going to spend some time with Mum.
Yeah.
And we're going to have. I'm going to make her cook a roast.
Make her cook a roast.
but on Christmas Eve, we're going to take her out for a lovely, probably lunch or dinner somewhere nice.
Do you like Christmas?
Yeah, and then, you know, whack on the old Disney films on Sunday.
Perfect.
There you go, listeners. A model Christmas there for you, just the same as everyone else's.
And if any of our listeners want to watch you on Britain's Next Top Model,
Britain and Ireland's Next Top Model.
Britain and Ireland's Next Top Model.
I don't know.
When's it on?
I suspect series, what are we on? We'll be on 8 now. We'll be airing normal time. I think we'll probably, quite a wait, we'll probably be airing, when is it? June, July?
Yeah, you've only just finished the other one, haven't you?
I mean, in all honesty, you know, I've had a really, really good 2 years. They're doing pre-auditions now. Either way, I will be back in some capacity. Put it that way.
Is that an exclusive for our little show here?
Exclusive right there.
Charlie, that's amazing.
Excellent.
Well, listen, you've been absolutely superb.
Yeah, it was lovely,
really
Charlie.
appreciate you coming on to talk to us today.
Thank you so much for having me.
No problem at all.
And I hope all those poor people inside, and I hope you get well soon. It can't be very nice. And
I'm
I hope
sure.
I bet
I'm sure your
Lovely
interview
people are
has...
doing wonderful radio shows.
Thank you very much. The recovery is all the more speedy now they've spoken to Charlie Speed.
Yeah.
That's fantastic, Charlie. Have a wonderful Christmas.
You too.
And we'll see you very soon, hopefully.
Take care.
Take care. Bye-bye.
Bye.
Bye.
And Soph in the AM. Whitechapel AM.